Okay, so I figured I'd make a part 2 to the Yoimiya video, as it definitely, I don't think, was complete, you know. The main issue was I, went in and I was expecting to go through the entire thing, right? And a big issue with that is I put Fischl on the team, which if I was going to do the stage 1, it shouldn't have just been Fischl, right? That is a huge thing. Like, I shouldn't have just been Fischl. It should have been Bennett or, Xingqiu or whoever. I think it was Yelan I was out on. But this team that I'm using, that we're about to start using, it, it'll give you a better representation. It's still worse than Hyperbloom, Mono Hydro, and Nevi in a single target situation. And honestly, I would say Mono Hydro. Mono Hydro, I think, is pretty single target, so, it's a little less, but Nevi, I think, is the main issue here. You look at Nevi, and even Navia, if we didn't have an invincibility phase here, it would be utterly, like, Navia's, like, 10 seconds or something, like, when it comes to characters like that, and you just have AoE characters that just destroy everything, you'll end up seeing how Yoimiya can struggle, right?
I can smell the failure!
This is a team that is good. Don't even try and say that Mono Hydro, or not Mono Hydro, Double Hydro here is bad. I don't get why people have that in, like, representation of Yoimiya. This team is actually pretty okay, alright? Like, it's not bad at all, and it does, basically, it actually did better than the people that were annoyed with me, right? So I just got a 850, we finished this by 850, so yeah, that's why I'm doing this. So yeah, we can see nice damage. The main issue is here, like, we don't get a second rotation, or not main issue, but like, we get issues, and then Xingqiu, come on. I mean, this actually might, come on, bro. So we figure out where, alright, this one. Alright, let's try and do as much damage. We're not really gonna get too much on, though. Yeah, that's an issue with Xingqiu's sacrificial. Trying to run him on sacrificial is not good, right? But we can do this, and then we will do this. And where's my, I don't have Yelan up. All right, well, anyways, you can still see, like, we're gonna finish this up pretty easy. Come on. All right, well, that's so slow. Come on. okay, come on. There, we were close. All right, but you can see, like, that team did pretty well.
You can't keep getting away with it.
Big issue with Yoimiya, right? So that single target performance seemed pretty well. Now, huge thing is they actually have started putting, like, basically a single target wave in Abyss, which is really nice for Yoimiya, right? This is when it comes to, like, bite you in the butt. When you get to a stage like this isn't gonna go well for Yoimiya. This just isn't gonna, all right? And the reason why I didn't initially put Bennett on the team, right, because that was also an option that I could have easily done, is because I was trying to use Raiden Hypercarry in the second half, so that way I could focus way more on the Yoimiya side, right? But that just ended up not happening because, well, I tried to put Raiden Hypercarry in the second half. Now, here is Yoimiya's probably best performance in the game, you will see. Like, I don't think that any Yoimiya performance is going to be better than this, Okay, here we are in an AoE situation. This will not be as great for Yoimiya, although I did use my Nevi, right? This is where, she's gonna fall off, because Alhaitham, Yoimiya, or not Yoimiya. Basically, a lot of, characters nowadays just have AoE forms that can just absolutely dominate, right? They have a burst, they have something. Yoimiya doesn't have those tools, right? So Yoimiya is, I pressed 3, all right? I pressed 3 to switch to Yelan, but my internet, all right, come here. But it's not like Nevi, right? We're not gonna sit here and have Nevi Alhaitham level damage. That's the big issue I have with this. And also, Hyperbloom is literally just better, and it's just easier to do because you can use all 4 stars for it, right? That's, and then the free traveler, right? It's just not exactly too excited, but I mean, yeah. Like, I used to run Yoimiya, right? I was one of the people defending Yoimiya. You go back on my channel and you'll see, like, I defended Yoimiya for a while, right?
You're ugly, you're disgusting, I'm gonna kill you, give me $200.
Because people did not treat her fairly, but now she has aged. She has fallen off because there are characters that are just, like, around better. Like, they're just better overall. There's no chance for Yoimiya to be like better in a situation, because Nevi will literally always be better in a situation than Yoimiya. Okay, we have this now. We're gonna, I don't know how much time we had for the Yoimiya run, so I can't, well, like in editing, I'll show you the time difference, but I mean, this is the AoE time difference. This is not gonna be fair to Yoimiya, right? Like, we're just gonna flat out say, this is just gonna stop Yoimiya's time, I imagine. I don't know yet, right, because I don't know the time difference, but we'll see.
But you can't do this to me.
I forgot to use Fiorina's thing, and I'm pretty confident that we're still just gonna end up being higher. I'm sorry, but like, it just, there's no way that Fiorina ends up being, or not Fiorina, but Nevi ends up being worse. All right, there's just, I don't see it. We're already so high up. I'm not gonna, yeah, we'll just do this. Living life on the edge with the without Zhongli shield. All right. Honestly, kind of forgot that was not the end of it. Ah! Like, I'm not even trying on the Zhongli team. Alright, so, or not even trying on the Nevi team. I was just doing whatever I wanted, I feel like. If I was actually trying there, I would have actually cared. But that was so much faster, I can already tell. Alright, I'm gonna go look at that. I'm gonna go look at the time difference. We'll see.
No. Wait.
Okay, so I need you guys to prepare yourself for this. Nevi 1. I'm so, you know, like, all right, listen. I used to. Like, you can legitimately go and find videos on my channel where I'm like, oh yeah, Yoimiya. Now, it's hard for me to sit here and say like, oh yeah, this is completely fair, because I know there has been so many abysses lately that legitimately are, oh yeah, here's a single target, like just boss face. It's just bosses. So it's hard for me to say and sit here that Yoimiya was legitimately, what, 40 seconds behind Nevi, right? Like 40 seconds is how far she was behind. And I was barely trying with Nevi. Like, I legitimately was doing some weird rotations, like Fiorina's burst was on cooldown and I was already switched back into her. Like, that was not good at all. Like, my rotations there sucked, and I was just casually doing stuff. Whereas Yoimiya, no, you can't really do that. So, it's like, they're comparable when you hit, like, because I don't remember what my time was, but I do know that I hit, like, a 8:50 run, so it's like 1 minute, 10 seconds on, I remember I hit an 8:50, like it was like 1 minute 10 seconds for Yoimiya, which is better than what a commenter who was mad at me for, you know, using Fischl, which was my bad, but like still, you know, I did better than that commenter. So because honestly, when you have Yelan who is also, you know, doing damage, it is better than adding Bennett to the thing, right? It's just better than adding Bennett, right? It's hard for me to sit here and be like, oh yeah, you know, Bennett would definitely, no, Yelan is better than Bennett for Yoimiya, all right? And definitely better than Yunjin. Don't mention Yunjin, all right? You do not need a buffer on Yoimiya's team, because what you do is Yoimiya, Zhongli, Yelan, Xingqiu, and guess what? The double Haijo team actually performed better in my testing, because I tested this beforehand. And because I was like, okay, I'll try and test up, I'll warm up sort of, and get a good Yoimiya time. So that's why we started off immediately having the team ready, because I just quit out of the thing before I finished the Thunder for Manifestation, and we restarted the floor. Because I knew, okay, I can get like a 1 minute 10 second time with this team. The Bennett team did not get a 1 minute 10 second time, right? Just saying, I've tested this, did not, because Yelan is just that bitch, alright? It's just as simple as that, alright? I just, there's no other way. She's just that good. So yeah, she's better than Bennett, right? Just as for the Yoimiya team, because it's not only Yelan's personal damage, which is like 30k every single time she hits, right? Which is great. And then she's also providing vaporizes. You could get rid of Xingqiu for Bennett, right? But then you have to put sacrificial bow on Yelan, and you have to hope that that works, and you have enough energy, right? But I have Aqua Simulacra. I have Yelan basically as good as she can get at C0, right? And then she was also providing a damage buff, which isn't like huge, because it sort of scales up over time, but you can see I've seen the damage buff in testing. Like I do showcases, right? And I see the damage buff constantly in testing where it's like, okay, we hit like 92,000 there, okay, 95,000, right? That's sort of how it goes, like, and that's just like in the small couple seconds, right? So her buff is not minuscule, it's not bad, she's doing a buff, right? She's not just sitting there doing her personal damage, she's also buffing your active character, which is Yoimiya. I've had so many people keep like talking like, oh, you know, stop using Yelan on the team. She's literally providing a overall DPS increase than if I were to just buff Yoimiya. Because Yoimiya's buff like doesn't matter that much compared to adding extra damage, right? So please, do not mention Yelan in the comments. Like, that's the one thing I'm gonna sit here and say, no, I'm not gonna change, because Yelan is that good. She is that good. Her personal damage is that good. She's hitting 30k every single time she hits. She's also buffing Yoimiya slightly, right? It's not, but stop saying that Yelan is like bad for the team and it would be better to have Bennett, because it wouldn't be, right? The best you could argue is that Xingqiu gets off the team because he doesn't do as much damage as Yelan, but Yelan does enough damage to make her place on the team, all right? Like, that's the best you could do.
We done?
Alright, so Yoimiya fans, hope you're happy. I did a better run for you guys, but I showed what I actually wanted to show in that video, but I got sidetracked because she actually performed really, really bad. So moral of the story, Yelan saved me 20 seconds of time by adding her to the team. Bennett did not, and then also, don't put Fischl on the same team. So yes, I used to defend Yoimiya as much as you guys do. Now, do I still think that Yoimiya is like that good? I mean, they could change Spiral Abyss at any moment and just make it all AoE phases. They've done that before. But as of right now, for some reason, they've just released a whole bunch of single target, like, only boss phases. Like, I can't remember the last time we've had, like, a, you know, like, only AoE phase. But then again, I haven't really paid attention to Spiral Abyss. I've just sort of gone through it. But I just remember a lot of bosses recently in Spiral Abyss, which, you know, that's good for Yoimiya, because Yoimiya, if there's a boss, she's gonna kill it. It's like the one thing she's good at, right? You know, compared to, like, you know, Nevi, he can do her single target damage, but then his damage isn't nullified once you get like to multi-target. Like, the damage difference, man. As soon as we got into a multi-target phase, Yoimiya being like 40 seconds behind, it's just not a good look for her. I'm sorry, but like, that is a really bad look. Also, by the way, I guess I'll show my stats. Like, I mean, I have a really nice Yoimiya, right? Other than, you know, maybe the crit rate needs to be higher. Personally, I like 70% crit rate. So, also, if you're one of the Yoimiya mains that believes it's better to use her burst for DPS, no, it's not. Yeah, you could. I've tried it. Don't. It's not. At least for my Yoimiya, it's not. Maybe for your Yoimiya, right? So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this video. Yeah, this is the second part. You know, this Yoimiya mains, there you go. This is all you get. You know, this is it. So, yeah. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.